Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be going over some cars that you should buy in Greenville just in case they get removed, just like this Range Rover behind me. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so starting off we have this, which you might not know what it is. This is the Ford Pinto. And the reason I suggest you buy this is because it actually is a cool Easter egg where if you hit the rear of the car, it'll actually explode, which is a pretty neat Easter egg. And yeah, if you have this car, if it were potentially removed, it would be a pretty cool car to have since I don't think any other car can do that in game. It's not even that much money. It's like 17K or something, but it does require the classic pass. Nonetheless, get yourself one of these if you can. If it gets removed, it'll probably be a really cool flex in the future. So the next car on the list is the 2003 Ford Explorer, aka Falcon Wanderer. And although this might look like just an ordinary car, this car is an Easter egg, and yes, it's outdated, but trust me, it's probably worth it. Basically, if you hit the back of this car or back into something, put your umbrella into it, the windshield will actually crack, which is a cool little Easter egg. Might take a few tries. There you go. So yeah, pretty cool thing to have in case this car gets removed. So highly suggest buying it. It's a cool little secret. If you didn't know that, there you go. This car's like 3K, so I highly suggest buying it. Alright, so for our next car, we have the Volvo 850 wagon. And at first glance, this might look like an ordinary station wagon, but this one right here is the R trim, which is actually sort of a sleeper. And yeah, it's pretty quick and like realistically quick. It's not like anything crazy, but it's just a well-rounded car. It does pretty decent mileage, MPGs, and yeah, this is kind of my daily, and it's really great. So if you want to have a good daily, whether to buy in case it goes off sale or just in general, highly recommend the 850R here. Okay, so our next car needs no introduction. It's the Plymouth Prowler right here, and the reasons are pretty obvious. This thing is just simply crazy. So, I mean, to have this, if it got removed, would be basically the same as having a limited, to be honest. So, I highly suggest buying this car. It's, although it's very weird looking, or questionably looking, but weird looking in my opinion, it's still special. So, I suggest buying it in case it gets removed. And, yeah, it's just crazy. Alright, so our next car is the 2003 Wolfsburg Charge in the GTS Turbo trim, because this thing is an absolute sleeper, and it isn't even terrible looking. As you can see, it is an older model, but it's pretty decent looking, and I'll show you its speed. This thing just goes, because it's just broken. Like, dude, that's insane. That's like supercar territory. And this thing's just over 10K, which is an absolute bargain. So yeah, definitely get this thing. This is one of the best ones on the list in my opinion, because if this thing were to get fictionalized, it probably wouldn't be as broken as this. So you gotta buy this. It's just insanely broken. But if you want a more stylish sleeper, you can buy this thing, which is the 2021 Ford Explorer, but you gotta get the hybrid trim. And yeah, this thing is also a crazy sleeper, but it's definitely a more updated car. It has good lighting, and it's also pretty usable for other things like just roleplay. But I'll show you the speed real quick, and as you can see, it just goes. Here's the trim, by the way, the limited hybrid. It's the only hybrid trim, and I'm gonna just kind of rev it up, I guess. And it's 60. This thing is just like a family SUV or something, and it just goes. So yeah, and this thing's a little more expensive. I think it's like 40K or 30K, but maybe even 50. But I highly suggest buying this. It's just, you could pull next to like Lambos and just destroy them. So I really think you should get this, because it's again, if this thing gets fictionalized, if it were removed, it wouldn't be as crazy as this, likely. So alright, so our next car is the Mercedes GLS Maybach, or Sondergland as it is in Greenville. And you might think this is a normal car, but there's a cool little Easter egg that this one has. So if you press G, the car will actually bounce, like you've seen in like all those TikToks and stuff. So yeah, a little kind of cool feature that this thing has. and only if you go under a certain speed, so you can't go like 70 with this. But yeah, I mean, it's a little cool feature in case this car gets removed. It'd be nice to have it. That said, you can also get this feature on like the 63 trims of other Mercedes SUVs. I'm not sure exactly which ones, but yeah, they're a lot cheaper than this. This is like 200K, but nonetheless, this is probably, in my opinion, like the most flashy one, and this one I suggest getting. But you can definitely get one of like the 63 trims or something, because those are pretty nice too, and maybe a bit more updated than this, because this thing's model isn't perfect. It's a little bit lacking, but yeah. Basically, simply for that feature, if you're rich, go ahead and buy it. If you're not, no worries, maybe get a cheaper version. Lastly, we have this, which is the SLS Black Series. I believe it's a Black Series, you might want to correct me, but yeah, this car is pretty beautiful looking, and I got it in this pretty neat paint right here. I really like this car. It's a really nice supercar to have, but the reason I'm suggesting it to y'all, this thing like is so easy to like drift in, like it's, if you turn off traction control and just turn, you're already doing donuts, like no effort. This is all you gotta do to do donuts, and you can just do like crazy burnouts. It's just insane how much you can do with this car. It's just fun. It's just straight fun. So yeah, if you want a fun car, get this thing. It's just very good. Look, I mean, I'm not very skilled at this, but you know, I mean, you should definitely buy this if you can. However, it does come at a hefty price. Let me turn that on. Okay, it does come at a hefty price though. This thing's, I think, 350K, but it's so worth it. Buy whatever other cars that you like in case they get removed. But yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, see you in the next one.